Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agbomofwegbe. President Bola Tinubu has joined world leaders to condemn the attack on former United States President Donald Trump. Tinubu stated these on his official X handle as after the shooting at Trump's campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, which authorities said killed one person and left two other spectators critically injured. Trump, Republican candidate for the November 5, 2024 presidential election, was shot at, and Secret Service agents quickly rushed him off the stage in an SUV. Reacting to the development, Tinubu said the attack on former President Trump is distasteful and goes beyond the pale of democratic norms. And back at home, President Bola Tinubu has appointed Tosin Adeyanju as the new Executive Secretary of the National Lottery Trust Fund. A statement issued by a special advisor to Tinubu on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngalale, says Adeyanju's appointment aims to drive the agency's objective of supporting good causes in Nigeria. Ngalale noted that Adeyanju is a seasoned administrator and good governance advocate and is expected to bring transparency and efficiency to the agency's operations. Similarly, President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Salah Abubakar as the new Director General of the National Agency for the Great Green Wall. Abubakar's appointment was contained in a statement made by Tinubu's aide on media and publicity, Ajire Ngalale, describing the appointee as a highly experienced public administrator with decades of experience across several sectors. The Governor Caleb Muswang-led Plateau State government has declared three-day mourning for those who died in the St. Academy School building collapse in the state. At least 22 students and teachers had died, while dozens of others sustained varying degrees of injuries at the school in Bosabuji, just north local government area of the state, following a building that collapsed in the school on Friday when students were writing an examination. The state government, through its Commissioner for Information, Musa Shams, ordered that all flags within the state be flown at half-mast during the three-day mourning that started on the 13th of July and will end today, 15th, in honor of the victims. A prominent museum in the United States has concluded plans to hand over looted Benin bronze to the Oba of Benin, Ewa II. Chief Press Secretary to the Oba, Osaigbovo Igobao, said in a statement that the Benin monarch would be receiving the artifacts today. He noted that the artifacts were looted from the Oba's palace over a century ago. Osaigbovo said that defenders of Edo heritage and well-wishers of the royal father were expected to be at the palace by midday. With constant power system collapses affecting power distribution nationwide, the United States Agency for International Development has advanced its commitment towards the electrification of Nigerian homes. This came as the agency signed a memorandum of understanding with the Federal Ministry of Power to support electricity sector reforms, market transparency, and expanded access to sustainable, reliable, and affordable power for Nigerians. The agreement will facilitate the implementation of a 115.2 billion naira U.S. government grant-funded technical assistance program for power sector development and reforms in the country. Director of Defense Media Operations of the Nigeria Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gaboit, says its air components of Operation Well Punch has carried out precision strikes on terrorist enclaves in Giwa local government in Kaduna State, killing many terrorists who last week had ambushed troops along the Kaduna-Abuja road and killed several soldiers. Let's turn to other stories now. Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has raised the alarm over its removal from the board of federal government agencies and the refusal to inaugurate the board. Other parastatals is statutory as representatives. In a protest letter to President Bola Tinubu, NLC says the latest was its removal from the board of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund. The protest letter, signed by President of the Congress, Joe Ajero, alleged that its removal from the board of the Nigeria Education Loan Fund came after its representative attended two meetings and asked probing questions. Consequently, an amendment to the Act was taken to the National Assembly, delisting NLC within a record time of 2 days or less. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has ordered former Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, and Ministry of Information to disclose details of the agreement between the federal government and X, formerly Twitter, to assess whether the agreement complies with the exercise of Nigerians' human rights online. The judgment was delivered by Justice Nnamdi Okwudingba following a Freedom of Information suit brought by the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP. The Congress of University Academics has called on the federal government to pay outstanding salaries, promotion arrears, and other benefits owed to its members. The union made the call in a communique issued at the end of its second National Executive Council held in Benin. The communique read by the president of the union, Dr. Niyi Shumonu, expressed concern over the members' unpaid 3.5-month salaries. You're watching Midday News, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the news returns, African Development Bank President Additional cautions against dependence on imports as a strategy to address food security. We'll tell you about that and more right after this short break. Do stay with us.
Hello, children. Gather around, let me tell you a story. Do you know that stories have a way of captivating the minds of children, bringing fun and imagination to teach them morals? Join Sharon Ajay as she takes you to explore the thrilling and exciting world of storytelling.
I'll be sharing with you our next interesting story.
Tune in every Saturday on Global Television, time 5:30 p.m.
Is the desk on Global Television?
Nigeria. Come join Anthony Momadou on television's most compelling and facts-finding talk live show.
We are definitely. Can we not say that on them because
that this country gets it right?
who are these bandits?
It's the Dex on Global Television, where we analyze and dissect storming issues and commentaries in the world's biggest black nation, Nigeria.
Who is being held accountable for this money?
The eyes have it.
We stay and decide policies and reforms on the Dex. Tune in Mondays to Fridays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Global Television. Let's stay on the Dex.
Global Morning is your ultimate destination for engaging political and economic matters. I am Uyi Agmofwebe.
And don't forget to include social discussions. Tune in every weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I am Queen Agaba.
For insightful breakfast ideas, business summaries, sports highlights, international and local news perspective, I am Anthony Momodu.
Don't miss the in-depth analysis of current and political issues by the Global Morning team and experts. I am Jumai Manson.
Catch Global Morning here on Global Television. Getting on the action. I am Edikan Michael.
We are
The Global Morning Team.
This is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of Midday News with Uyag Mofwegbe. Thank you for your time with us. On the foreign scene, Nepal's Khadga Oil was sworn in as Prime Minister after his Communist Party forged a coalition government with the central-left Nepali Congress, shifting power in the country's of volatile parliament. Oli 72, chief of the second largest party in the parliament, the Communist Party of Nepal, unified Marxist-Leninist returns as prime minister for the fourth time. In the Himalayan Republic of about 30 million people, overshadowed by giant neighbors India and China, Oli previously trod a fine balance between the rivals, cordial to both, but reaching out to Beijing to decrease Nepal's dependency on New Delhi. Polling stations have opened across Rwanda for presidential and parliamentary elections, with the African nation's leader, Paul Kagame, set to cruise to victory and extend his iron-fisted rule for another 5 years. Rwanda's de facto leader since the end of the 1994 genocide and president since 2000, Kagame faces only 2 challenges after several prominent critics were barred from standing. The lineup is a carbon copy of the last election in 2017, when Kagame obliterated his rivals with almost 99% of the votes, and there is little doubt about the outcome of these years. China has posted lower than expected growth in the second quarter, with all eyes on how officials gathering for a key meeting in Beijing might seek to tackle the country's deepening economic malaise. The country's second largest economy is grappling with a real estate debt crisis, weakening consumption, and an aging population. Trade tensions with the United States and the European Union, which have sought to limit Beijing's access to sensitive technology, as well as putting up tariffs to protect their markets from cheap, subsidized Chinese goods, are also dragging growth down. Russia has denied a plea from a Siberian shaman for transfer out of a severe psychiatric hospital over 3 years after being confined for protesting against President Vladimir Putin. His lawyer said Alexander Gabshev, 55, was sent to a psychiatric hospital in January of 2021 after repeatedly attempting to walk from the native Yakutia in Russia's Far East to Moscow in a bid to exorcise Putin from office. A Siberian court refused to soften his treatment and transfer him to a general psychiatric hospital in May, a decision Primorsky Regional Court upheld on Monday. That's according to his lawyer. And let's take it to business now, where the Nigeria Customs Service Lipond Export Command says that 2,488 export commuters and containers with duty paid value of $184.8 million were handled by the command between April and June this year. The command also said that his payment into the Nigeria Export Supervision Scheme for the period under review stood at 1.2 billion naira. The Customs Area Controller in charge of the command, Ajibola Odusanya, made this known in a statement. Odusanya said that NESS payment recorded a significant rise in 2024 when compared to what it was recording within the same period in 2023. The President and Chief Executive Officer of Dangote Industries Limited, Aliko Dangote, has disclosed that the Dangote Petroleum Refinery will be listed on the Nigerian exchange before the end of March 2025. This came as the refinery again delayed the date for the supply of premium bottled spirit, popularly called petrol, till August, another shift from July. Dangote disclosed that the refinery was set to roll out its petrol in August 2024, having resolved its crude oil supply issues through the help of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and the federal government. Let's get some excitement from sport now. Lautaro Martinez has scored an extra-time winner as Argentina beat Colombia 1-0 to win a record 16th Copa America title at Hard Rock Stadium yesterday. A poor game which had been marred by security and crowd issues, forcing an 82-minute delay, was decided by a quality finish from Martinez, his 5th goal of the tournament. The win was the 3rd straight major tournament title for Argentina, following their 2021 Copa victory and their triumph in the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And that's it on Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly remember to follow us across all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles as you now see on your screen. I'm Uyi Agbomofoegbe saying a very big thank you to you for watching. I'll see you again.